Hello, everybody. Okay, so for today, what we are going to be doing is we have one project for today. We are going to be doing those steps again, just like yesterday. We'll be using that PowerPoint throughout the presentation today. So we will be doing that as well, okay, just like we done yesterday. And today's project is going to be a wizard game. So it's going to be having different parts in there. We're going to be doing a lot of drawing for our project for today. So you guys are going to be getting into the habit of doing that, okay? And for tomorrow, so let me talk a little bit about tomorrow. Tomorrow is our last day of our Scratch course. So tomorrow we are going to be doing a project that Orhan has suggested for us maybe to do. So we are going to be doing that project tomorrow, but also tomorrow I'm going to give you the opportunity to share a project with me. So if you have a project that you maybe made or something that you did throughout the course this week or even last week, you're more than welcome to share that project with me. Also, if you were having any difficulties maybe with one of the projects that you did and you were having problems with it and you want me to take a look at it and see if I'm able to give you a suggestion or maybe even see something that we can change around it, we can do that. But if you are showing me a project that you are having difficulty with, that is going to be the only project you are going to be able to share with me. So just keep that in mind for tomorrow. All right, so I am going to get ready to do our shared screen so you guys are able to see our PowerPoint for today. I'm going to do that right now. All right, guys, this was yesterday's project. I was just showing another student this. So I'm just going to go to a file new, okay? And I am going to almost get us ready and started. I'm just going to wait 3 more minutes just to make sure everybody is here, and then we are going to begin. Now, today's project is going to be a little bit tricky. There are a lot of steps. So I'm going to go in the PowerPoint view so you guys are able to see that. Okay, but there are different, there are a lot of steps on this. And also I'm going to go over what the game is all about. So the first one, before I show you guys all the pieces that we're going to do, I'm just going to go over what the game is going to be all about, okay? So what we are going to do is we are going to be knocking down 4 different tiles, okay, tiles. They're going to be colored, so we're going to be drawing those pieces. And we're also going to be using your arrow keys to move your wizard up and down, and you're going to be able to hit shoot. We're going to be using our space bar to help us get those points, okay? And you are only going to be able to get 10 shots. Now, this game is very, very tricky, okay? It is a very, very tricky game, but it is actually very cool because you're going to be able to draw those extra pieces in there. I'm just going to wait 2 more minutes and then we will get that started. All right, guys, so we will be getting started. This is what your game is going to look like once we are done and putting all those extra pieces in our game. We are going to be using a wizard, okay? We are going to be having a points and a shots option in our game. And we're also going to have a backdrop, and as well as these little tiles that are located on the side, we are also going to put those in as well, okay? So this is what your finishing game is going to look like once we are starting our game, okay? All right, so these are all the pieces that we are going to be inserting into our game. We are going to be doing that wizard. So first I'm going to do is that wizard. So I'm going to go to my page, all right? And I'm going to click that little sprite. I did delete that cat because we do not need our cat. And I'm going to look for our wizard. Okay, there is a wizard girl. The wizard is a little bit different from the version that is showing from our PowerPoint. I am going to be using just that plain wizard for this. Now, I do notice that my wizard is extremely big. So what I'm going to do is I am going to reduce that size. I'm going to try to see if 50 is a little bit more better for me. I think that is, but I'm going to also test out different numbers just to see at a 70. 70 is kind of too big for me, so I'm going to try maybe a 60 or a 50. 60, I'm going to leave mine as a 60. Okay, so if you want to keep it a little bit bigger, you're more than welcome to. That doesn't make a difference for that, okay? So that you can change that number around. Once we have that wizard, I am going to go back to that PowerPoint just so you guys are able to see it, okay? And I am going to start to add my pieces. Now I am going to do my lightning next because I know that piece is very easy because I know all the other blocking points are going to be ones that I'm going to have to draw in. So I'm going to find my lightning next. All right, so I'm going to look for my lightning now. Now you also should be changing the direction that your lightning bolt is. Okay, right now my lightning bolt is facing down. We do not want it to be facing down. We do want it to be facing towards the right, okay? So what I'm going to do is I am going to use this little arrow for my direction, and I am going to loop it around so it is facing the right direction, okay? The right direction. Because you remember, when you are doing this game, it is going to have those blockers being on your right side. So you do want to change that direction. All right. Once we have that, I am going to be starting those blockers. Now, I am also going to be paying attention to what they have each of those characters' names. So I'm going to also be checking that to make sure that my codes are staying consistent with the PowerPoint. All right. All right, so wizard and lightning, we do not need to change anything. I am going to be using my blocker. Now, if I go back to our PowerPoint presentation, you do notice your blocker is going to be extremely large, okay? And your little blocker points are going to be extremely small, okay? So keep that in mind when we are doing it, okay? So I am going to be doing our blocker right now. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hit that paintbrush, okay? I am going to rename and change it right now, and I am going to call it blocker. All right. Now for my blocker, it is going to be the color black, so I'm going to find that color black to use for this one. Now I can make it easy by using that square option and just do it that way. And that is going to be the easiest way to do it. Now you can also use that paintbrush and draw it in as well. Okay, or you can also use that line option as well. Now I'm going to make it not extremely thick, but not extremely thin. I'm just going to do it about halfway, okay? And I'm going to kind of reduce its size just a little bit and have that blocker in there as well. Okay, now I'm going to test something out for a second. If you do it, make it extremely too big, I want to see if you're able to use that size option to make it a little bit smaller. Okay, I'm just going to try that out, which when you are drawing certain things, I just want to test this. Okay, yes guys, you are able, just say you did make it extremely big and you did draw that in and you want to make that size reduce, you can also use that size option, okay? I'm going to keep that at maybe a 70. Let's try to see. 70 is still a little bit small. I'm going to try maybe 90. 90 works for me, okay? So I'm going to keep that when I'm doing that. If you want to change yours as well, you can change that as you can, okay? You can just change it whatever way. All right, guys, so I'm gonna go a little bit slower on here. You guys should be able to do these steps no problem on this, okay? You should be able to do this no problem whatsoever. So right now I did change that wizard. I did change that lightning and I did do that blocker, okay? So I did do my blocker right now. Now I'm going to rearrange my pieces right now just so I have them in the direction that I want them to, okay? It should look something similar to the way that I have my placement, okay? That lightning bolt is going to try to avoid that blocker and try to get those blocker points once we draw them. All right, so I'm going to go back to that PowerPoint presentation just so you guys are able to see the next one, okay? So I'm going to be doing this red block points, okay? And then I'm going to be putting those other pieces. Now, if you are going a little bit more faster than what we are, the red is going to be at the top, the blue is going to be next, the light blue is going to be after that, and the pink is going to be towards the bottom. But that is if you are going a little bit faster. All right, so I'm gonna do that red point right now. So I'm going to go hit that paintbrush again. I'm just gonna change this to say block point. Okay, here's my block point. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to be drawing that red piece. Just double checking. Oh, guys, hold on one second. I see you guys are doing. How do you make the lightning sideways? Sally, 1 second. I will show you how to do that. Lath, I will, you're asking how do you change the direction? I will show you guys right now how to do that. Okay, so from that lightning bolts, guys, there is an option where you see where it says direction, okay? Once you hit that direction option, you're gonna see this little circle that appears, okay? When you are seeing that circle that appears, you're just gonna move that direction around until it faces towards the right. Okay, Lath, perfect. Awesome. Yeah, because guys, I'm sorry, I didn't have that chat open. I didn't see that you guys on there. I checked to see if you guys had hands raised, but I didn't check on there. But perfect that you were able to change it. Okay. All right. Guys, so what I'm doing is I am going to be doing that red piece right now. So I am going to find that color red. Trying my best. Guys, I was all on black for a second. So just give me a second to find the red that I want. All right, guys. So what you're looking for is red right now. I'm trying to make mine as bright as I can for my red. Mine is still coming. Okay, that one works for me. So guys, find whatever red that is best for you for that one. All right, guys, so I'm going to try this red. Oh, this red looks good for me, okay? So now what I'm doing for this is, guys, I am dragging it to the way that I want. I'm going to kind of judge when I do the other pieces as much as I could, but I think that red works perfect for me. Now, guys, if you notice, I am getting more than one piece on there. I don't want that option to be happening. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to hit that back option. Okay, because when I clicked it, I was clicking it again to add another one. I don't want that. So if you are running into that issue, just hit that back option. Okay, all right. Now that I have that, I am going to start by putting that piece on the side, and then I'm going to be working down once I do the other ones as well to adjust it the way that I want. All right, now that I got the red one, I'm going to show you guys the next color that we need. I am going to do that dark blue as my next one. All right, so I'm going to hit that paintbrush again. I am going to change this one again to block point. Okay, just so I'm able to remember what that is. Now it is going to say block point 2. If you want to do it that way, that is fine. The PowerPoint named it with having little dots at the end. That is fine. I'm just going to do that as my second piece. I'm going to have that number 2 in there. Okay, when we are referring to that specific color, we just need to make sure that we are paying attention to those details. Okay. All right, so this one is going to be my dark blue. So I'm going to be finding my blue color, and I'm also going to be using that square, and I'm going to try to get it to the best as I could to kind of match the one that I did for the first one. So I'm kind of eyeballing it and seeing if that kind of works. And I think I did it pretty well to be able to use that space in between. All right, so now that I have that blue one, I do need to remember that I do need to add a light blue and then a pink. So I'm going to try to do those 2 steps without going back to this PowerPoint, okay? Because I already know that we need that aqua color and that pink color, okay? So I'm going to add that paintbrush again. Guys, I'm double checking on here. I'm checking right now to make sure you guys are okay. Everybody looks like they're fine. I don't have that chat open. Sorry, guys. I do see you have a lot on there. I can't name the blocks. Sally, you should be able to do it by the sprites to be able to change your name. If it isn't, just please make sure you're referring to everything the same way as the way that we're doing the codes, okay? Sarah, let me just see your message. Okay, there's going to be a red one. There's going to be a blue one, an aqua one. Okay, you wrote it wrong. Okay, no problem. Okay, so guys, for this one, I am doing my aqua color. Okay, so I'm gonna find that. All right, I'm gonna use this baby blue color as mine. All right, I'm trying to judge it. All right, I think that kind of works. That one is a little bit smaller, but I remember I'm gonna try to get that last piece in there. I made that blue one in the middle a little bit too big. So what I'm gonna do for that blue one, I'm going to try to make that size at a 50%. Oh, that's really small. Okay. So I'm going to try to change that number, guys. You can also do this, what I'm doing right now, just to see those numbers are able to fit in. 70 might work better. Okay. So I'm going to keep everything at a 70% just to keep everything consistent. That way I have more space. Yes, guys. So I'm going to keep everything at a 70%. You guys can also fix that as well to try to make everything look even. Okay, perfect. All right, and I am going to do that last pink one. Now for that third one that I'm doing, I am going to try to rename that to say my block point 3. I'm doing it a little bit different than what the PowerPoint is suggesting for us to do, okay? Just know that. Now for the last one, that pink color, all right. All right, there is my last pink color one. And I'm also going to change that again to a 70 just to match everything. All right, so that is the best that I can do for that I tried to make everything as best as I can. All right, guys. So right now we did that. Now there is a backdrop. I'm just going to go back to that PowerPoint view, guys, just so we're able to see what which backdrop they use. Now they did do something with this circle and doing something like that. I don't think I want to use that. So I'm just going to double check to see which one I want to use for that. So I'm just going to go back to my slides and I'm going to select a backdrop of my choice. Okay. So this one, guys, I believe there is nothing on here to code for your backdrop. So you can use anything that you want for your choice. So let me see with this one. Stripes. Okay, I'm going to use this one, guys. I like this one. I think I'm going to use this one, okay? You guys can use anything. Now, the one that they did, I believe they drew that. Super. All right. So I'm just going to go back to that PowerPoint. We are going to be using those slides, okay? So just keep that in mind. All right. All right, guys. So I am going to start for the first one. We are going to be doing our wizard first, okay? So this is the code for our wizard. Now, wizard does have 2 parts. So we're going to do, he has a lot of parts, okay? So I'm going to do this one first with you guys. So the first one is going to be for wizard, when flag clicked. Whoops, sorry, guys. I'm hitting it too fast. All right, so make sure you're clicked onto your wizard. Now, also, wizard is going to have different motions as well. I'm going to use motion C as mine to make it look like he's holding his finger and he's making that lightning bolt move, okay? If you guys want to use something different, you can as well. So I am going to go to that event when flag clicked. I'm going to make it bigger, guys, so you are able to see it. All right. Once we have that when flag clicked, all right, we are going to go to variables. We are going to write the word shots. So I'm going to go to variables. I'm going to make my variable and I'm going to write the word shots. I'm going to select that first one that says set my variable, find that word shots and keep it at a 0. All right, guys. So once we have that set shots, we're also going to be going and making a points. Now I did write it a little funny, so I'm going to redo mine by typing it again. Then I'm going to press OK. Now for that code, it is going to be set points to 0, okay? Set points to 0. So I'm going to take that set, we're going to change that to say points and that 0. All right. Once we have that, we are going to go to X and Y. Now your X is going to be a -137. -137 and a +20. 23. I'm sorry, not positive, negative, negative 23. I'm sorry, not a positive, negative 23. All right. All right, now that we have that, go to X and Y. We are going to go to looks, and you're going to write the message, you only have 10 shots. Okay, you only have 10 shots. Now, if you want to write something different, you can. Okay, and it is going to be for 2 seconds. Perfect. I'm just going to adjust this, guys, so you have a better view to see it. All right. The next one is going to be a forever, and you can also take that if then as you to make it easier on you. So I'm going to go to my control. I'm going to take that forever, and I am also going to take that if then. Okay, just to save me a step. Now I am going to go to my sensing and take the key that says key up arrow pressed. Go to my sensing. Okay, once I have that key up pressed, I am going to go to my motion and find change Y by 10. Now I'm going to put that in that spot that it is available. All right, everybody looks like they're okay. Super. All right, once we have that, we are going to take another if then. I'm going to go back to control. I'm going to take that if then, place that underneath, and I am going to go to my sensing. I'm going to use that key space, press that down to find down arrow. Okay. Now there is going to be back in motion for the next one, and it's going to be change Y by negative 10. Okay. And I'm going to take that and place that there. Now that is the first one, guys. If you guys are screenshotting and doing it, just double check to make sure everything is complete and the same way, okay? So just make sure you have that. All right, for the next wizard, it is going to be all in wizard again, guys. First one is when flag clicked. So I'm just gonna move this over. I am gonna make that size a little bit smaller, guys. So I'm gonna get that when flag clicked. Okay, I'm gonna also take a forever and also an if then. So I'm going to go to control, forever, and also that if then. Now for the next one, I am going to go to my operators first and find that equal symbol. Now I am going to change that second number to 4. And I do remember it is points, but I am going to go back to the PowerPoint just so you guys are able to see that. Okay. We are going to use that variable points. All right. For the next one, it's going to be a stop other sprite. I'm sorry, let me read it again. It says stop other scripts and sprites. Now for that, let's see where that is. All right, we have that stop other sprites and we have that in there. Let me just adjust this for a second, guys. It's moving up for me. Let me just move that over. Okay. Now that we have that, the next one is going to be in looks. Say you win for 2 seconds. I wrote mine a little weird. That is fine. I'm just going to leave it as the way it is. Now I'm going to check to make sure I did do my placement correctly. It is touching that stop, guys, okay? And the last one is stop all. I'm going to go to my control and I'm going to use that stop all. Now I am going to change it. I don't like the way that it looks, so I am going to retype that again to say you win. All right. So that one was pretty easy. It wasn't that many steps on that. There is another part for your wizard in a second. So I'm going to switch over to that next one, guys. Everybody looks like they're okay. Let me double check. Yes. All right, so here is our next wizard. The first one is going to be that when flag clicked. All right, I'm gonna put it underneath, guys, so you're able to see it. I'm gonna move it over just so you're able to have a better view. Next one is gonna be forever and also an if then. I'm going to control, I'm going to find my forever, and I'm also going to use that if then. Now, before we did you win, now this one is going to be a losing one. Same thing, we are going to get that operator's equal symbol. I am going to change that one. I believe it was said 10. Yes, it did. And I'm going to also go to my variables and find that word. It was shots. Now, I'm going to take that, place that in there, make sure that it fits correctly, and move it over. I'm going to make it bigger, guys, so you are able to see it. Just going to move it on the bottom. All right. Once we have that, I'm just going to switch back over. We are going to use that message again to say you lose for 2 seconds. I'm going to go into my looks and write that message. And the last one I do remember, it says stop all. I'm also going to take that stop all. All right, guys, so I'm going to move to the next one. I don't believe there is any more for our wizard. Wizard just has the most for us to do. Yes, guys, so wizard done. Now we're going to be using that blocker point, okay? So we are going to be doing that blocker. I'm giving you guys a minute if you are screenshotting that picture to go ahead, or if you are going to go stay with me, I'm going to do it nice and slow with you guys, okay? So the first one is going to be that when flag clicked. Whoops, sorry, guys. I switched. Oh, no. I'm going too fast. All right, there we go. I'm going to use that blockers right there, okay? So there's the black one that we're doing right now, and I'm going to use that when flag clicked. I'm going to make it nice and big. There's only one little section for this, guys. All right. Next one I am going to do is go to X and Y. Go to X and Y. Now, I do remember X is 80, and I think Y was 4. Yes, it was. Y is a positive 4. I'm going to take those and place those numbers together. All right, I'm just double checking. Everybody looks like they're good. Next one is going to be that forever button. Okay, here's your forever button. Now for the next one, you can get all 3 of your glides and then we can work with those numbers. So I'm going to go to my motion and I'm going to take 3 glides. Now the glide does have a 1 second in front of it, guys. Okay, so just keep that in mind. 1 glide, 2 glides, and 3 glides. That way it's a lot easier and then we can just refer to those numbers, guys. So I did take all 3 and then I'm just going to read those numbers out to us. All right, so the first one is going to be 79 and 2. 79 and 2. Next one is a 79 and a negative 92. 79 and a negative 92. Okay, and I'm going to read those last numbers to you guys. The last one is an 82, 106. All right, so just make sure you guys do have those positives correct and those negatives correct for those numbers. All right, so that one was pretty easy. Next one, block point of red. Okay, so we're going to do that block point red. So I'm going to switch over, guys. I'm going to hit that one over to my red for this one. Okay, I am going to use that when flag clicked first. Okay, I'm going to make it bigger. I'm going to use that option and for show in our looks. All right, guys, so once we have that show button, we are going to use that go to X and Y. Now I'm going to change those numbers. The first one is a 265. Okay, and the second one is a 107. Okay, give you guys a minute. I know we're moving pretty quick on this, guys. Okay, once we have that, we are going to get a forever and also an if then. Control forever, also that if then. I see there's less questions. Good, guys. That means that you guys are able to find these pieces. I like that. Perfect. All right. We are going to use that touching lightning in sensing. I'm gonna find that word lightning and place that inside that area, okay? Now the next one is variables, okay? It is going to be change points by 1. Okay. And the last one is hide. I'm gonna go to looks and find hide. Everybody looks good, super. All right, so that one was for our red one. The next one is gonna be for our lightning. Okay, so I'm gonna give you guys a minute if you are screenshotting it. Okay, so the first one is gonna be that when flag clicked. I'm gonna make it bigger. We're gonna use looks hide, forever if then, now for the next one, it is going to be a key space pressed. All right, so we have that key space pressed. We are going to use a wait 0.2 seconds. I'm gonna go back to my control, 0.2. I'm gonna take that and place that in that little space, guys. Double checking to make sure everybody looks like they're good. Perfect. We're gonna use the next one, go to wizard. Now go to wizard. You're gonna hit that random position and you're just gonna find where it says go to wizard, okay? And you're gonna place that underneath that wait option. For the next one, it's going to be in our variables and it's gonna be change shots by 1. And you're gonna place that underneath where it says go to wizard. Everybody's good, super. Last one for that section over there before we move on to the bottom, it's going to be show. Okay, it's gonna be show. You're gonna take that and you're gonna place that underneath that change shots. Now for the next one, guys, it's going to be in this little space after that big line, okay? Just so you know you're doing your spacing correctly. The first one is gonna be move 12 steps, okay? So move 12 steps and motion. Change that 10 to say 12. Everybody looks good, perfect. Just gonna move this, guys, over so you see it a little bit better. All right, we're gonna also need an if then. Go to control, find that if then. Place that there, and we are gonna go to sensing. Now for the sensing, we are gonna change it to say touching blocker. I'm gonna just place it here and I'm gonna find blocker. Now I know that there were some students that were asking, do we have to name it the same thing? Just know that we are referring to that black piece that we use. That is your blocker. Just make sure you are understanding what pieces are going with what. We have that touching blocker, and the last one for that is the word hide. I'm gonna go to looks and find that word hide and place that in that space, okay? Nice and easy for that one. All right, so that was all for our lightning. We have our blue that we're gonna be working with right now. No, wait, did I go backwards a minute? No, we didn't. Okay, so guys, we're gonna do blue for this one. Did I go backwards? I think I did something wrong. No, okay. No, I know I didn't do it wrong. I'm okay. All right, so the first one is gonna be that when flag clicked. When flag clicked. We're gonna do looked, show. All right, so now that we have that word show, we are gonna use that go to X and Y. Now the first number is gonna be 233, and the second one is 66. All right. The next one is going to be a forever and also an if then. I'm going to go to control. I'm going to use that forever. And I'm also going to get that if then. Now it's going to be touching lightning from sensing. Sorry guys, I hit it too much. Okay. It is going to be touching lightning. Just going to move it over so you can see it a little bit better. All right. Next one is going to be change points by 1. And place that inside. And I believe the last one was hide. Yes, it was. We're going to go to looks and we're going to find the word hide. All right, so this is the baby blue. It's going to be that when flag clicks. You did them. Okay, so Lath, as long as everything works, yes. Okay, perfect. Perfect, awesome. Lathan, yes. Next one is going to be show. So Lath, for tomorrow, just make sure you also, if you want to share a project for tomorrow, make sure you're ready for that, okay? All right. Next one is go to X and Y. Now the number is going to be 286. And also negative 49. All right, guys. So we have those numbers, 286 and negative 49. The next one is going to be a forever and also an if then. Forever and also an if then. Now the next one is going to be a touching lightning. Now it is going to be touching lightning for this one, guys. All right. We have that touching lightning. We're going to go to variables, change points by 1. We're going to take that and place that there. And the last one, there's only one more for that, guys. It is hide. We're going to go to looks and we're going to find the one hide. All right. Nice and easy, guys, for that one. There is only one more, guys. Pink. Really have pink to do. So I'm just going to switch, give you guys a minute if you are screenshotting that so you are able to see that. And then I'm going to switch over to our pink. All right, so pink is when flag clicks. Guys, I'm going to double check to make sure everybody, I wasn't looking to see if anybody had their hand raised. Just give me a second. Nope, everybody looks good. Awesome. Okay, so last one, guys, for this pink one. We're going to use that show button in looks. And we're going to use that motion, go to X and Y. I'm going to get those numbers in a second to you. Now the first one is 232. 232 and a negative 105. Okay. Next one is another forever and an if then. Control forever and also an if then. Now it is going to be again another touching lightning. Go to sensing and find that touching. I'm going to find that word lightning. I am going to go to variables. It's going to be change points by 1. Just giving, I'm double checking to see if everybody's okay. It looks like everybody's fine. Perfect. And the last one is going to be hide. Okay. Now, guys, that is the final codes for that. For the students that did miss those ones in the beginning, and I know, Baran, you were able to be kicked out of there, I am going to double check and go back to those as well. Okay. It is done and complete for that, guys. For the other students that were following along, that one is done and complete. But for Nyan and there was another Baran, I am going to go back to the other one so you are able to see the codes, okay? Now, your game, guys, should be done and complete, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go from the one that we just did. I'm going to go backwards, and then I'm going to go to the light blue, then the dark blue, and then go all the way to the wizard so you guys are able to see it. If there is a one in particular, please let me know by using that chat so I know directly which one we need to focus on. Yes, guys, the lightning is going to go up, okay? You might have to redo your numbers and double check on there, okay? I do see that a lot of students were having that difficulties in the past, okay? Now, for the playing of it, I'm going to go to the PowerPoint for a second so you guys are able to see exactly how to play this game. Now, in the beginning, okay, you are going to be using the 4 different titles that are on the side, okay? You're going to get a total of 10 shots, okay? When your shots are done, you are to try to hit those pieces without, the blocker is going to be trying to avoid you to get to do it. Let me explain it a little bit better by going on the PowerPoint. Hold on. Okay, so let me explain. So basically your wizard, okay, is going to have a total of 10 shots. You are going to be having this blocker moving up and down to try to block you from getting those points. If you are able to hit one of those points, okay, hitting one of those tiles, you are going to be able to get some points. Now, when you are doing this, you are going to see that it's going to be moving. I'm placing mine right now. And you're going to use, I believe, the space bar, okay? The space bar, and it is going to be able to move. Now, there is, if I check the other codes on there, let me double check. I'm going to read some of these so you're able to see. Now, if you use the up arrow, something is going to happen, okay? When you use the, it is a very tricky game, like I said. Now, if I block that blocker completely, I'm not sure if I'm able to. I'm going to try to test it out. Okay. So it does work, guys. If it is touching that, it is able to give you points on there. As you guys can see, I am able to get points once I hit it. Now, it is extremely hard because that blocker is blocking you and it's trying for you to get those points avoided. Now, it is saying the lightning is going up. Mine is doing the same thing. So what I'm going to do right now is I am going to use that piece on there, and I'm going to see if I'm able to adjust it. Now, if I use that space bar, okay, mine is also going up. My lightning isn't moving anywhere. Sarah, then something is really incorrect because it should be moving. Now, mine is also going up. So I'm going to try to see if I'm able to adjust it to make it go at a different point. Let me double check on here. Nope, everybody looks like they're okay. All right, guys. So we are going to be doing that last project in 1 second. I just got to open our PowerPoint, okay? All right, so I am going to go to a file new just to get us started, guys, on this. And I am just going to go to my PowerPoint to open it, okay? So just give me 1 second. Hopefully I have it right here. Yes. All right. So guys, this is going to be the game that we are going to be doing, okay? It's going to be using our monkey. It's also going to be using a ball. All right. So the first thing, this is going to be our first background. Now, for our background, we are going to be drawing that line on the bottom as well. Okay, so this is going to be the first one that I'm going to do. All right, so let me just adjust this so I'm able to put that on the top for you guys. All right, so I am going to be going to my paintbrush option for this, guys. You know what? I'm going to do something different. I'm going to hold on for a second, okay? For this, guys, I am going to use that blue background, okay? And what I'm going to do is then I'm going to use that paint option, okay? Now, guys, as you guys can see, the bottom is gray and that line, okay? I'm also going to be making that as well. So I'm going to use this line here. I'm going to use the bottom and I'm going to draw that line across. Now that line is very, very thin. If you guys wanted to make it thicker, just make that line option. By changing that number, I'm going to change it to a 40 and then just replace that. Okay. Yeah, that works a little bit better. Now mine is a little bit off. That is fine. I'm just going to leave it the way it is. Okay. Now that I have that, I'm also going to use that paintbrush option. I'm going to try this and see if I can find gray. Let's see. All right. Now, guys, I'm going to try something for a second. I want to double check to see if I'm able to do this. All right. You know what? Okay. So what I'm going to do right now, guys, is I'm filling in that spot over here to make that gray at the bottom and this one at the top. And then I'm just going to try to see if I'm able to adjust it, guys. I want to try this out. Okay. So that's my backdrop number 1, okay? Uh-oh, where is my, there we go. Okay, so that's number 1. Now number 2 is going to have this red box. All right. Now you guys can see the second one is going to be that box in there. So what you're going to do is, now is there a way, I'm going to try this. Yes, I want you guys to duplicate your same backdrop, okay? Because the second one, we are going to be using that same one, okay? All right, guys, so I'm going to continue where we are. What I did was I duplicated my backdrop number 2 to make my red box for this, okay? So I am going to find my red for this. I'm trying to find the red color of my choice, okay? And you're going to make that red box appear, okay? So this is going to be your red box. Now I'm going to show you guys the PowerPoint so you guys are able to see exactly the way that it looks like on the PowerPoint, okay? So this is going to be your number 2 backdrop, okay? So this is your background number 2, just so you guys are aware. I duplicated it and put that line in there, okay? Mine looks a little crazy right now, but if that's the way you want yours to look, that is fine as well. Otherwise, you can make it look any way that you want. Okay, mine looks a little cartoony right now, but that's okay. All right, now that I have number 2, I'm just going to go back to that area over here so we can see that third one. Now your third one, again, you're going to duplicate it, okay? Duplicate your second one this time so you're able to get that last red one in as well, okay? So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm duplicating my second box so I have it, all right? And I'm also going to include another red area, okay? Just so I have that space in there as well. Mine is a little bit off, guys. I'm just not making it perfect. If you want to make it perfect, you're more than welcome to do that, okay? This is the way I want mine to look. All right, so I'm just going to go here so you guys are able to see that. You are drawing it. This is your third backdrop, okay? All right, so once you guys have that, then we are going to import our 2 sprites. Monkey 1 is going to be a selection and your ball. So I'm going to do that right now. So I'm going to go to my code section, go towards the bottom, guys, and I'm going to find my monkey And then I'm also going to find my ball. So monkey is there, and then my ball. So monkey and ball. Okay. Now that you guys have that, we can start with our coding section. Now this is going to be the first part for our monkey. Now let me just double check. Monkey has a lot of parts, guys. Okay, I'm just going back so you are able to see it. Monkey does have a lot. All right, so for monkey, guys, are we ready to start coding? Just double check, let me know, guys. I want you guys to be able to start with the coding section. All right, so guys, I'm gonna start with the codes, okay? So make sure you're clicked on your monkey first. The first one is going to be when flag clicked. Okay, when flag clicked. Next one is forever. And also set size to 50%. We're gonna go to looks. It's gonna say 100, you're just gonna change it to say 50. You're gonna place that in forever. Okay. We're going to need an if then. Okay. Now we're gonna need into our sensing, we're gonna need that key up pressed. All right. Once we have that, you are gonna use that change Y by 8. You're gonna place that there. We also need another if then, guys. Gonna go to control, we're gonna use that if then. Now for the placement, guys, it's gonna be underneath that line, okay? You wanna make sure it's underneath that line. We are gonna select for this one, it's gonna be right arrow from sensing. Okay, we're gonna take that right arrow. All right, so we have that right arrow, guys. For the next one, it's gonna be change X by 5. I'm gonna go to motions, change X by 5. Change that 10 to say 5. Looks like everybody's good so far. Perfect, guys. All right, for the next one, we're gonna need another if then. A lot of the step guys are the same thing. We're repeating a lot of the steps. Take that, place that underneath. Now we are gonna use that sensing option again, okay? Now I am going to take that key one. I'm going to go back to the codes to double check which one I need. All right, we're gonna change this one to say left. I'm gonna take that as a left. Okay, I'm gonna stop for a second just for the students that are trying to catch up on there. From that left arrow, guys, we are gonna use again, change X by -5. We're gonna go to motions, change X by -5. I'm gonna take that and you're gonna place that in that space. Just gonna make it a little bit smaller so you guys are able to see the full view because it is gonna get a little bit bigger. From that one, again, we are going to be getting an if then. So we're gonna take another if then, put it in the same placement as before. Now this time, we are gonna be using that touching color, okay? We do need if then else. All right. We are gonna be using for this one, guys, for the sensing, it's gonna be a touching color, okay? It is going to be touching color black. So you do wanna make sure it is touching color black. Okay, touching color black. For the next one, we are going to go to variables. We are going to be making a variable and we are going to be writing gravity. Okay, it is going to be written as gravity. Now it is going to be the selection to say set gravity to 0. Uh-oh. Going to slow down for a second, guys. Okay, so I'm going to slow down for a second. After this part, I'm going to slow down. The next one is going to be change Y by 1. I'm going to go to motions, change Y by 1. I'm going to take that and you're going to place this. Now for the placement, guys, it is still going to be touching that set gravity. Okay. I'm going to make it a little bit smaller. I'm going to take a breath for a second. Okay, and give you guys a chance just to try to do it because we did do a lot of steps. I'm just going to give a break for a minute. All right. From that, there is only 2 more that we need to include. We are going to go back to our variables for the next one. Okay. We are going to select that change gravity. Okay. But we are going to be changing that number. Now that number is going to be a negative 0.28. So negative 0.28. And you're going to place it after that word else. Okay, I'm just going to make it a little bit bigger so you guys are able to see it. Everybody looks like they're okay. And that last one is going to be change Y by. I'm going to go to motions for that. Now, I'm going to place it here, guys, for a second because I am going to go to variables and find that word gravity and replace that number. Now, for the placement, guys, I'm just going to go back for a second. It is going to be its own separate area. Okay, so there is going to be a line there, guys. You are going to have a line in front of it. I'm going to just make it smaller for a second, guys. Okay, this was monkey. We are going to continue in a second. We're going to move to the second part of our monkey. All right, so this is our second one for our monkey. We are going to be going with the second one. So this is still with monkey. So the first one for your monkey is going to be that when flag clicked. Okay, I'm going to keep it small, guys, so you're able to still see the other one from before. We're also going to need a go to X. Whoops, I clicked too much. We're going to go to X and Y. I'm going to go to motion, go to X and Y. Now your first X is going to be a negative 193. Negative 193. Everybody looks like they're okay. Super. Good, guys. And your second number is going to be a positive 44. Guys, do you want me to make it bigger? Let me know if you want me to make it bigger so you are able to see those numbers, okay? If you need me to make it bigger, please let me know in the chat. Next one is going to be when I receive message 1. So I'm going to go to events. When I receive message 1, you do not need to change anything for that. Everybody's fine, I guess, with the size. Nobody wants it bigger, so perfect. If you guys need it bigger, let me know, okay? When I receive message 1, and we're going to use another go to X and Y. Now for the go to X and Y, it's the same numbers from before. So we just are going to repeat that step to be a negative 193 and a positive 44. Okay, guys? It is going to be the same numbers just like before. I'm going to place this underneath so you are able to see it. Now for the next one, it's going to be when I receive 2. So we are going to go back to events for this. We are going to use that when I receive. You're going to write the number 2 for this. So it is just going to be the number 2. That one you do need to type for that. When I receive 2. And we're also going to need a go to X and Y again. And it is going to be those same numbers like before. So we are just going to change those numbers again. Negative 193 and a positive 44. And connect those pieces. Everybody looks good? Super. All right, we're on that last part, guys, on this. First one is going to be when I receive message 1. Go back to events when I receive message 1. Once I have when I receive message 1, I am going to take a forever and also an if then. Go to control, find that forever and also that if then. Double checking everybody looks okay. Perfect. Good. Once we have that if then, we are going to go to sensing, touching bowl. Touching bowl, place that in that if then. I'm just going to move it over, guys, so you're able to see it a little bit better. Okay. Oops, I don't want you to see it that way. Hold on, let me adjust. All right. We're going to go find the message broadcast to, go back to events, broadcast to. Okay, we do not need to type it because it should have been from previously doing it from the last step. Okay, from the last part that we did. So it should say broadcast to. All right, for the next one, it's going to be both in control. We're going to use that wait 1 second. It's going to be right underneath that broadcast. And also stop this script. I'm sorry, stop this script. You're going to take that and you're going to place that underneath. Everybody looks like they're okay. Super. All right. So once we have that, there is only this last section for our monkey. Okay, there is only this section for our monkey. I'm going to just give you guys a minute just to look that over. All right, guys. So this is still all for monkey. So if you are having issues, you are still there, okay? All right. So the first one is going to be when I receive 2. We're going to go to events. I'm going to try to keep it over here so Baran is still able to see that information, okay? It's when I receive 2. We're also going to need an forever and also an if then. So I'm going to take that forever and also that if then. Guys, I haven't been checking. Let me just double. No, okay. So everybody's good so far. All right, so for that sensing, it is going to be touching bowl. So I'm going to go to sensing. I am going to say that touching bowl for that little space. Guys, are you able to see it with that being so small like that? If you need me to make it bigger, please let me know, okay? Now, we are going to be writing a message in looks. Say, you win. We're going to go to looks. Now, remember, guys, you do not need the one that says anything with the seconds. So it's just going to be the plain one. So I'm going to use that say. Now I'm going to change it to say, it's going to say, right now it's saying hello because it's showing on there. I'm just going to say you win. Okay, you win. And I'm going to place that there. I'm going to stop that on mine because I was just showing you that it was the one with, it's going to be saying that forever. Next one is going to be a wait 0 seconds. I'm going to go to control. Change that 1 to say 0. Okay, now I'm going to make this a little bit bigger, guys, just so I have that space available to me. And this, for the placement, guys, it should be in that if then. Now the last one is going to be stop other scripts in sprites. You're going to use that long message and you're going to place that also inside that if then area. We have that, so there is only one more section, guys, for this. We are going to need that when flag clicks. Going to go to events, when flag clicks. We're going to need another forever and also an if then. I'm going to go to control, take that forever and also that if then. Now we are going to go to sensing, again, touching bowl. Sensing, touching bowl. Next one is going to be a broadcast message 1. Go to events, Broadcast message 1. It's going to say broadcast 2. Just say where it says message 1 and place that in that area. So once we have that broadcast message 1, there is only 2 more, guys, for that. We are going to use that wait 1 second. Okay. And the last one, I believe it was stop this script. Yes, it is. And I'm going to take that and place that there. All right, guys. So that one is for your monkey. I believe we're going to be able to finish everything today. Okay. Last part, I think, monkey. Yes. Guys, we are definitely going to be able to finish today. Okay. We will definitely be able to finish because there is only for backdrop and there is only for your ball, and ball is very tiny. So we will be able to finish. Okay. All right. So the last part for monkey, finally done with this monkey. All right, so it's going to be that when flag clicked, guys, I am going to try to move it over a little bit. So I have that last space over here, okay? If you need me to go back all the way to the beginning, let me know at the end. All right, so I have that when flag clicked. I'm gonna take that forever and also that if then. Control forever and also that if then. All right. For the next one, it is going to be in that sensing, guys. It is going to be that touching color red. Touching color red. So I'm going to go to my sensing. Now you're going to find that red. Now, guys, what you could do is you could use this option over here and click onto your red, and it's going to be able to find that red color touching it to match that color. Yes, it did work, guys. So I was able to match my color perfectly. All right, so we have that touching color and I matched it perfectly, guys, to match my color. The next one is going to say you lose. Okay, so remember, we are not using the one that has a for the seconds. So I'm just gonna write you lose. I did write it a little weird. I'm gonna retype that a minute. And I'm gonna place that in that space area. Once we have that, guys, we only have 2 more. It's going to be wait 0 seconds. So I'm going to change that 1 to say 0. And it's going to be stop this script. Now we are going to be changing that message to say other scripts and sprites. So that last one, guys, was that stop other scripts and sprites. Now we do only have to do our bowl and our backdrop. Okay, so I am going to be switching right now to our bowl. Our bowl only has this one little section, so it's pretty easy. So the first one for your bowls, guy, is that when flag clicked. Okay, and also in your motions, go to X and Y. I'm going to give you guys the numbers in 1 second. The first number is a positive 197. Okay, and the second number is going to be a negative 37. Just double checking to see everybody looks like they're okay. Perfect. All right, so now that we have those numbers, I'm just gonna go to the next slide. All right, we just have this backdrop and then you are done and complete, guys. So we will be able to complete this project for today. All right, so now this is going to be for your backdrop. So I'm going to go to our backdrop for this. Just going to adjust this for a second. Okay, so make sure you are in your backdrop, guys, for this coding. Now I'm going to go to my backdrop section, guys, for a second. I am going to start it at my first one. You guys should also do that as well. Just make sure it is for your first backdrop, okay? Now, the first one is when I receive message, oops, I want to go back. When I receive message 1, okay? So I'm going to go back to my events. When I receive message 1, you don't need to type anything for that, guys. It should be there for you. When I receive message 1. Once I have that, it's going to be switch backdrop to backdrop 2. We're going to go to looks. Now, mine is going to say switch backdrop to number 2, and then it's also going to say number 3. Now I'm going to go back to my backdrop section, guys, to double check. I'm going to change my last one and check which one it's going to be. So this one is 2, this one is 2, 2, and this one is 2, 3. Okay, so let me go back to that code just to double check. It should be number 2. So it should say 2, 2. All right, I'm going to go there. And it's going to say, mine right now says 2, 3. I want to make sure mine says 2, 2. Okay. Yours might be named a little bit differently than what mine is, okay? For the second one, guys, it is going to be when I receive message 2. You go. When I receive message 2. So I'm going to go back to events. When I receive 2, and then we are going to be doing that switch backdrop to number 3. I'm going to go back here, and it is, guys, it is going to be switch backdrop to number 3. So the first one is 2, the second one is 3. Let me go over there real fast so you can see, okay? All right, for the last one, it's going to be when flag clicked, and it's going to be that number 1. When flag clicked. I'm going to make sure, guys, you are not on the ball for that. You're still in backdrop. So it's going to be when flag clicked. And you're going to do switch backdrop. I believe that was that one. Yeah, switch backdrop to number 1. So whatever your first one is, remember mine is 2. All right. And then your codes are going to be done and complete with that. I'm just going to name it monkey right now, guys. Goodbye, everybody. I'll see you guys tomorrow, and I cannot wait to see your projects. So bye, everybody.